Hey everyone, I'm Rachel,
And I'm Jen, and welcome to Devilish Bookworms, the podcast.
where we read and review books and release episodes every Tuesday.
This week, we have Black Beast by Nenia Campbell.
Yay!
That's the most excited yay I've ever heard from you.
That's not true. I don't think there's a way that we can prove it.
Just listen to all the podcast people and you'll know.
Yeah, just listen to them anyway. How about this? How about listen to all the podcasts and tell us which yay was the most enthusiastic, and then you win our gratitude for listening to all of the podcasts.
You'll earn a yay!
You'll earn your own yay.
Catherine is the epitome of a teenage outcast and rebel, doing everything she can just to survive high school. The major thing that makes that difficult is the ability to control her shape shifting. By this age, she should have settled on one animal to shapeshift into, but that's just one more thing that makes Catherine different and difficult. She has the ability to shift into any animal, and if the wrong people find out, it could mean serious trouble. Finn, on the other hand, is not only a witch, but he is of royal blood, trying to prove his worth to his father that he is ready to join the Otherworld Council. Until he is able to harness all four elements of his power, his father will not deem him worthy. In a twist of fate, Catherine and Finn's paths collide, and the sheer force of hatred for each other could be catastrophic. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, Rachel, what did you think about this book?
What did you think about this book?
Okay, so this was a novella, and I will say I was not disappointed.
Mhm.
Um, she kind of got me with Catherine's character.
Yeah, I'm sure she did.
Oh yeah, I have notes, but let me tell you, just the way that she wrote it, from both Catherine and Finn's perspective, I was able to more realistically jump into this book and just kind of like be completely submerged in their stories.
Mhm.
And I really appreciated that a lot. Honestly, I think Nenia has a very interesting way of writing, but I love the small details that she puts into everything.
Mhm.
Go ahead. I know you're bursting at the seams.
I'm not bursting at the seams.
Yes,
No,
you are.
so I agree, and that's part of why I love Nenia's writing as well. So I think what I want to say first is, so this book, Black Beast, was written, or it was maybe not written, but it was published in 2014. So like Raise the Blood was written or was published in 2023. So you can see, kind of, if you've read both, you can see the differences in um like her style is more, it's more kind of fleshed out now. um it's definitely her. You can definitely tell that it was Nenia. um but you could see the growth, and I loved that. I loved the fact that I read like Raise the Blood and Little Deaths first, because it made me appreciate it. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is from little, baby Nenia. I hope she doesn't hate me saying that. Can we talk about that cover?
Ooh,
That
yes.
freaking cover.
Yes, it is gorgeous.
Yeah, it is. I actually, normally I don't like people on covers, which is weird because like I know that people are on almost all covers, but like I like um like drawings, portraits, kind of. If someone has a cartoonish cover, I think that it's like a rom-com, or like a kind of, which there's nothing wrong with that, it's just a certain vibe. um but her cover was so pretty. It's like, it gives like Helena or like Lacey Storm from Flyleaf. Like it's that like
Yes.
the Veronica's kind of like evanescency feel. You get that whole like like the emo hair and the smoky eye, the nude lip. Oh, so pretty.
So I think that kind of runs throughout the entirety of this book because of the fact that you could tell I'm gonna say it, she's a millennial. You could tell full
Mm-hmm.
force that she's a millennial with all the little details like clueless. Ah, ah. I just I love that. It like the fact okay, no, we're gonna go back a second. I love the fact that she sat there and she was like, uh, she made the whole W with the hands, and I was like, oh my God, whatever, major loser, cut the chit chat mush. I was like, I haven't said that in forever.
You used to say that all the time.
I know. So it was just like it was just like one of those insults, like especially like suck it or your mom. Oh,
Dude, my brother and I used to I said this on threads recently because someone mentioned it. My brother and I used to get in so much trouble for suck it. Like, I'm like, they do it on the WWE. They're like, I don't care. You're like an 11-year-old girl.
oh yeah, like I would go around the whole neighborhood just like with the whole X at the crotch. uh, yeah, my sister almost punched me in the face for that one time.
I punched her in the face.
Well, okay, so fun story. There was this kid that I used to hang out with, but she went to school with, and so he was older,
Mm-hmm.
and when we would hang out, we would watch like WWE or freaking all this bunch of shit. But one day he helped me break into the house because I got locked out, and she was pissed about it. And I just kept going, suck it, suck it. And then I ran around, I ran out the back deck, jumped off the deck, ran around to the front of the house, and she locked me out again. And then she was like, haha, bitch, you can't get in now. So then him and I
Ah,
just fucking ran the streets. Well, ran through the streets. I shouldn't say ran the streets.
you said it how you meant it. You said it how you.
Oh no. I want to say his name was Austin. I,
Interesting.
I can't remember his name. It's been fucking years, dude. But it just reminded me of that. But yeah.
It's awesome.
And listeners, I'm so sorry for how stuffy I sound. My daughter got me sick. So here
Is
we
it your
are.
daughter this time and not your allergies?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. It could be allergies, but every allergy pill that I've taken today has not done a damn thing. But nor has cough and cold medicine. So
Mm.
here I am, stuffy and all.
Mm-hmm. I think you sound beautiful. But anywho's,
Oh.
so I loved, and this bleeds through in all of Nenia's writing, the weird details. She's not just overly detailed. She has weird details. Like when she's describing the people as not human, she doesn't just say like, oh, she's got claws. You know what I mean? She describes like like it's not just limited to their physical descriptions. She describes Catherine tilting her head in a twitchy, mechanical way, and then she like looks around, and it's like, okay, I can see that in my head, and that's not something that normally someone would. They wouldn't write it like that. But the way that Nenia wrote it, I was like, oof, oof, girl, I see you.
Oh yeah, definitely. Even the details in just like the cloud descriptions. So we're gonna go back again. So in fifth grade, I had a shadow box project and it was clowns. And So I had to appreciate the fact that she put in those little details of what kind of clouds they were and how they looked, and she even made a reference to how it kind of looked like a stairway to heaven, and I
Mhm.
absolutely love that. So
Yeah.
yeah, she's really good with the detail. I love that.
I'm so glad. Here's the thing, is like it's not me. Like this is no credit to me at all. Like it's Nenia's writing, but I'm so glad that you liked her. Like I knew that you were going to, but it's just like,
Oh yeah, you get that gratification of like, yeah,
I
I
knew it.
told you to read it.
um yeah, I don't know. It was just I've read other books where they talk about things such as someone not being human and then just the way that she wrote it versus the way that they wrote it. Um, she knows also like how like what to give people and what to hold back and when to give details and when to not. Like I think for me, how I always say that there's a balance and you have to find the balance and all of that. And sometimes I'm like, oh, this person describes too much too soon. Oh, this person holds back too much, doesn't give us enough. I think that Nenia is a perfect example of like my sweet spot in terms of how you dish out information, to keep us engaged, to keep us wanting more, but also not to give us everything all at once.
Absolutely. And you found that mostly with the whole rules. There was four rules that they had to follow. And she really didn't just give them all to you at once. She sprinkled them in here and there. And I it kind of drove me a little crazy at first. And then it was like, wait, I kind of like this because it just makes me like just want to read more and quicker just to kind of figure out what those rules are that they keep mentioning.
Yeah. She sucks you in so hard. Like, Raise the
Yeah.
Blood is like 400 pages. Ma'am, I read it over the course of one night. Do you know how hard I struggle sometimes when a podcast book is 300 pages and we have a whole week to read it? And I'm
Yeah.
sitting here and I'm like, trudging along, one night, dude.
I remember that night because you were up to like 4 a.m. and you were like, I just couldn't put it down. I just couldn't stop. I needed to know.
It was
And
so good.
ever since that day, you have nonstop harassed me. Can you please read Raise the Blood? Can you please read this? Can you please just fucking read this? And I'm like, yeah, I'll get to it. I'll get to it.
I'll get to it. I think that's why I it took me a bit to read her other ones because I was like, I don't know if you like, can someone strike gold twice? Yeah, the answer is yes, because Little Deaths was fantastic.
Well, I will say Raise the Blood is in my Kindle at this time. And Little Deaths is on a TBR, so I'm getting there.
Nice. I
But
think, and that's not to say that her books were without or not her books, but like this book, it wasn't flawless, right? Like sometimes I don't know if it was just a formatting situation or if it was just like the um because I read it, we both read it on Kindle Unlimited. Or
yeah,
no, this one was not on KU, right? But it was on Kindle.
yeah, correct. Yeah, it
So
was like 99 cents.
yeah. Um, so there were some times where it was like a paragraph would be repeated,
Yes.
or like there would be words that were kind of, I think there was a word that was missing one time. It was like an is, which just wasn't there. Um, so it's not to say that it was perfect, but that's not the point. It
Nothing is
was
ever
just,
perfect.
yeah, nothing is ever perfect. Plus, you could, it's the story. It's how incredibly imaginative like her books are, like her storytelling. I just love the way she tells stories and I love the way like her brain works.
I could agree with that because there was there was a part where she literally wrote, It was bestiality once removed, a violation of the second rule, which was that shapeshifters and witches could not have romantic liaisons. I
So
about
funny.
died when I read bestiality once removed. I was like, God damn, that is a fantastic way to explain that.
Yeah.
Like, I never would have thought of that.
Yeah, sometimes the way she like phrases her sentences or like I don't even know, man. She's just fantastic. Um and I feel as though this is kind of like the book I needed right now because hear me out. So like Raise the Blood was like my dream romance, right? And like, listen, people who've read the book, also Nenia, like you wrote the book. Though I know that sounds scary because of the subject matter, but it really is. It's so like, you know, poor Nenia, she knows that I romanticize this book like so much. It's a dark romance, but like, but so it's kind of like the ultimate like gothic kind of romance slash horror deal. And I it just makes my heart really happy. But and like Little Deaths was kind of like purely heartwarming. Again, kind of weird if you've read or written the book, but it's like that kind of like heartwarming, like nice love. Um but Black Beast is so like cynical, like she's so cynical, like she does not want to show any vulnerability because part of see, and this is where we went down an Nenia rabbit hole as opposed to a book rabbit hole. So part of the book is Catherine is a shapeshifter, right? And whereas normal shapeshifters, once they hit like puberty or something, they have one animal that they shapeshift into. Whereas when they're younger, they can shapeshift into anything. But Catherine, never went through that change. So she can change into whatever she wants. Like she never, quote unquote, became a shapeshifter woman.
She never settled, as they
She
said.
never settled. um, and so because of that, she has both the predator and the prey within her. And so like there are moments where it was so beautiful the way that she transitioned between the prey and the predator mindset. Like one second you're in predator mode and she's like the way that he looked just doesn't sit right. He's too close. He's too like he's breathing too hard. It's making me. And then when she's prey, she's like, "Oh my god, this! I'm so scared. What do I do? I'm frozen in fear." You know, and that predator instinct, I needed that right now. When she's just so angry and salty and sarcastic and just mean and rude to everyone, I was just like, yes, give me more.
Yeah. So, as I said before, I loved her, Catherine's attitude. And I know you understand why.
Yeah.
Uh, this is literally how I was in high school. And
Yeah.
it's still partially now. But there like there was a moment where she was talking to this guy, Chase, and she's like, he asked her about a book, and she's like, I don't work when I'm not on the clock, and until I'm back there, leave me the fuck alone. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yes,
It
that
so was.
uh, see, that is still how I am. That right there, like once I walk out that fucking door of work, that's it. Like work is done. There obviously there's certain exceptions because I am on call 24/7. I'm assistant manager, I'm the closest living one. Obviously I get called a lot, but at the
Yeah.
same time, it's not for nonsensical shit. So if someone was to stop me on the street and be like, "Hey, do you have this in stock?" I'd be like, "Fuck off." Like, do you see me at my job? No, then go fucking call them. Go bother them. Like, no. But yeah, all her
Yeah.
all her anger and just oh, yeah, totally
Mm.
me in high school.
So, quick aside, Mom and I were watching Drag Race UK, and we finished, unfortunately, and I'm really sad about it. But anyway, we were watching Drag Race UK, and um there is a contestant named Caramel. And I need to send you some clips because Mom and I the whole time were sitting there like, oh my God, that's Jen. She was just so like, oh, it was, I need to send you clips. Anyone who's listening, if you've seen Drag Race UK and you know who Caramel is, that's Jen.
I hope she's like the saltiest fucking angry bitch ever. I love
Yo,
that.
when she's you in high school, dude. Like,
No nonsense, fuck up
oh,
anybody.
oh
Oh,
yeah.
ready to fight at a drop of a dime. Oh, I
Oh, it was
miss that.
so fun. I think she was voted like the shadiest queen or whatever.
Yes, queen, go for it. I know that's probably not great, but hey, I love a shady bitch sometimes when it benefits her.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you would, I don't know if you would have liked Plain Jane. She was. Anyway, we can go down a Drag Race rabbit hole right now. Um there was a dream sequence in the book. There was a dream sequence. And I love me a dream sequence. Dreams, meditating, hypnotherapy, any kind of like trance like state where something happens or like souls talk to each other. I am a I am a slut for a dream sequence, man.
That's one thing I did not know about you.
Really?
No, I knew, but I just wanted to give you that little bit of satisfaction. Especially after I told you, yeah, after all these years of knowing you, yeah, I'm pretty sure I know you.
There's in the OG book of Beauty and the Beast, a lot of it is told in dream sequence. Oh, just stunning.
Oh,
I need, does anyone know of like a really pretty, I think I've asked for this before, like a really pretty version of Beauty and the Beast, like the OG, like the Madame Villa, whatever. If anyone can find like a beautifully bound, like hardcover copy, I have like I mean, it's a really short book, so I have the version that I found on Amazon, but like, I want like a really pretty, like legit copy.
okay.
I
That was totally off topic, but
know, I'm
I dig
sorry,
it.
but you don't know
You
who's
know,
listening. Maybe someone's listening who knows of
rebinds books.
no. I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay, listen, you already know how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I'm not big on it. Like
I
I
mean, like,
understand it's pretty. I love that you're very artistic, but I have issues with it.
yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I agree. I also do. But before we go down that little I don't want to say the words rabbit hole again. I've used that term like 60 times today.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's
I'm so
okay.
sorry.
I know
I
the whole Nenia brain has gotten to you.
know I'm so excited and like slightly delusional right now.
So
It's fine.
there was a part where Catherine gets into Sharon's car, and I literally died because
Shut up.
what?
What?
The car. The like the mess in the car.
Yeah.
She's got crumpled fast food bags, empty soda bottles, moldy napkins, old homework, flavored hookah pens, all strewn. Like, oh, is she riding in my car? Mine is not that bad
See, I
anymore.
thought you were going to say she was in my car.
Your car is worse than mine is right now. I
Mine's
can
rough.
guarantee that.
Mine is rough.
Yeah. I have this bad habit of just like tossing shit in the back seat. I cleaned it last week or week before, so it's fine. It's actually not bad. There's probably like 3
That's
tissues
good.
back there.
I have Christmas stuff in my car.
Oh my
There's a
God.
skateboard in my trunk. There's wrapping paper in my trunk. The back seat has tiles from the kitchen in it.
Oh Jesus. So I I have to admit abuse. I have probably like 6 books in my trunk right now that have been rolling around. They've somewhat been crushed by bottle or cases of water.
Jennifer.
I know. I feel so ashamed. They're not even books that like I plan to read. They're books that I plan to donate, but at the same time it's like I still feel really bad.
Oh
Like
my goodness.
they were pristine condition too.
You're the worst.
I know. I'm sorry.
Anywho's. I love that she talks about Mr. Rothschild when she's talking about Byronic Heroes. And I love Jane Eyre, right? Like the book is stunning. I've read it so many times. Like that movie. Have you seen the movie Jane
Of
Eyre
course I've seen it.
with like the dude that played Magneto?
Yes, of course I've seen it.
It's perfection. I get on these kicks where I just watch it over. I Okay, so everyone in the podcast world should know I rewatch everything. I've watched Buffy 1,000 times. I've watched Moulin Rouge 1,000,001. Same thing with Pride and Prejudice. Same thing with Jane Eyre. Like I just anyway. But then she goes on to trash Wuthering Heights. And like, listen, I totally agree that all of their angst is their own damn fault. I totally agree. But like uh, I love that book. But I mean, we're all, we all I can still love Nenia and this book and also love Wuthering Heights. But it was just so funny. I was reading it. I was like, yes, Rothschild. Yes. Oh my God, Jane Eyre. Yes. What?
So when I got to that part, I knew you were gonna have a little bit of a conniption there. I'm not gonna lie.
It was so sad. My heart hurt a little bit.
I'm sure it did. I'm gonna go back to sneezing 42 more times.
Oh my God. Meanwhile, I'm over here just taking pictures of Lando. Ugh. I love these are all going on the podcast, not the podcast. They're all going on our socials. I love you. You're so cute. Oh my God. Can you stop just being perfect, please?
I'm sorry, I can't.
You're so stupid.
I was finally done sneezing, so I took the opportunity. I literally I just sneezed like so many freaking times in a row.
Achoo, achoo, achoo. You get three bless yous out of me, and then it's will you shut up?
Well, Mary, of course, at work today, I was doing the same shit. And she goes, "What do you want, the whole mass?" I'm like, "Oh, Mary, I love you." But
Oh, does Mary know that you have a podcast?
yes.
Does she listen?
No.
Come on, we shout her out almost every single week.
Dude, she doesn't even know how to actually get to the podcast. she's
So
very
cute.
she's very old school. She can barely do Facebook. When she texts me, instead of like deleting stuff that she didn't mean to type, she goes, haha, I didn't mean to type that. She's the cutest freaking thing ever. I love her so much. Oh,
Yeah.
relax, calm down. You're still way above her, okay?
I'm still the one.
You see how quick I had to rectify that, people?
Whatever. Whatever.
I love you.
I can be bitchy all day now. Yeah, yeah. But I bet you love Mary more, don't you? Go be with your
This
other
quote right here
friend.
fits perfectly. Anyone could turn into a bloodthirsty monster when they had the hunt boiling in their veins. There she is. She's got the hunt boiling in her veins. She's turning bloodthirsty on me, people.
Yo, I identified with this character way too much. Just so that we know. Just so we all know.
How about the fact that she actually mentions Anne Rice in the book?
She did. She really did.
I made sure I highlighted that, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta bring this up," because
Yep,
I
she
was waiting for
definitely
you
did.
to.
No, I didn't. I did not. I figured because I talk about it so often. Sometimes I'm like, I don't annoy myself, but I'm just like, I guess I'll give it a rest. Like I couldn't even hold back from mentioning Buffy once today.
I saw a Buffy reference somewhere, and I can't remember where, and it's driving me crazy.
Drive me crazy. I just can't sleep. I'm so excited. I'm in too deep. Whoa.
Okay. On that note,
I apologize for nothing. Um, Anywho, Jen, did you have a favorite quote?
boy, did I.
Boy, did I. That makes me feel better about myself.
Oh, yeah. No, I had a few. I've actually kind of sprinkled a couple in.
Did you?
Yeah. Uh, like the whole bloodthirsty one. Love that. But
Oh, for sure.
I think one of my favorite ones, intimacy was a terrifying concept to Catherine. It meant putting yourself in a position where you were the submissive, opening yourself to the possibility of pain and hurt. Intimacy meant trust. It meant lying on your back while with your belly exposed and having faith that you wouldn't be killed. To her, it meant being prey. Bruh,
Bruh.
bruh. Just like, ooh,
Yeah.
shivers. So,
Hmm. I wrote that one down too.
oh, I love it. Um, she was free in a way he would never be and had done nothing to deserve it. And if anybody, you and I know what that's like.
Hmm.
And my last, like, favorite one is people need free will, or they need to be under the illusion they have free will. People who are scared act so stupid. They don't have free will. Not anymore. It's amazing how many rights people give up of their own full volition just to feel safe. How far they go to rationalize it. And that is just like a whole fuck ton of truth right there.
Uh-huh.
So, yes. What about you?
So there's a couple that I want to mention for sure. Um, One is the way Nenia describes physical traits. So when she's talking about Sharon, the quote is Sharon was a curvy girl with brown skin and hair, with brown skin and hair that wasn't meant to be blonde, although it hadn't stopped her from trying. And like, what a cool way to describe someone who bleached their hair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I never would have thought to even word the sentence that way. Um, but yeah. Um, there was another, I'm going to read like 60. There's another one that says all of them featured busty heroines spilling out of their medieval gowns to be passionately embraced by men who looked like Fabio with a cod piece.
Oh my
And if
god.
any of you know Nenia or like follow her on any socials, she, man, that's bread and butter to her. She loves those books, like those old timey bodice rippers. It's really funny. She posted about the KFC man again.
Oh my God.
um, one of them, an insatiable beast, fire, always wanting more. I love that one. Um, there's another one, but fairy tales were at best dirty mirrors whose warped and pitted surfaces reflect a highly distorted view of the truth, quite different from reality.
Okay.
Ugh. I just eat up her words. Stupid humans, what a waste of her time.
Yeah.
It's tattooed on my forehead.
Oh my God.
Stupid humans.
Oh Lord.
Um, I love, and one that really hits me in the heart right now is Predator shoved those thoughts aside impatiently. She didn't care why, had never cared much for deciphering mixed signals. People who didn't make their intentions clear from the get go weren't worth her time of day.
Mm.
I am so I am so not the one. I don't want to decipher your mixed signals. Tell me what you want, and then and there's a difference between making your intentions clear with implications, Like
Yeah.
you could very easily not just be like, "Hi, I like you. You're pretty." Or, like pretending that you're not mad at someone, but you're really mad at someone. And then I'm like, what was that look? Are they mad at me? Like, I don't have time for that.
Okay, listen, I need to bring this up because it kind of pissed me off.
Stupid humans. What a waste of her time.
There was a part where she's like, I have a boyfriend. I'm like, bitch, what? That's not what happened. Like
I know,
there
poor honey.
so there's something like so stupid with humans, and especially I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. You might not like me for it, but I'm gonna say it. There's something so stupid about women where we like over fantasize things, and someone could like push us on the playground and our parents would tell us, "Oh, that boy just likes you. Don't worry about it. Just go play." And it's like we're ingrained with that. So like now that we're older and a guy like smiles at us and it could be something harmless like they're just being polite and we're like, oh my God, he loves us. And it's like, stop it,
Oh,
stop
yeah.
it.
No, I used to get that a lot at work. I would be like polite to people, but it was literally just because I was at work and they would be like, "Can I have your number?" And I'd be like, "No, no, honey. But is there anything else I can get for you?" Cuz
Yeah, and it's like I know women are like more apt to do that. That's why I say it like that. Don't take offense to it because men and women do it. Um, or non-binary as well. But it's just like one of those things that like it's ingrained in us to beginning as we're younger.
Mhm.
And the more and more we get older, and it's like the more stupid we get with it. And it's like, can we just like stop over romanticizing everything? Like,
No.
oh, yeah,
I
I
don't want
love you
to.
for
Don't make me.
that. It's just
Don't make me.
it drives me crazy. I'm sorry. It's like, oh, uh, I don't know. You could say, "Oh, I like you," and all of a sudden that means we're boyfriend and girlfriend. No, that's not how that works.
I get what you're saying, which is why in my head it's a gothic novel. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It in my brain, we're all just living in Gothic Hannah.
I wish.
Bruh. And me too. I wish that I knew that like gothic novels like that. I'm not talking like, Frankenstein gothic novel. Why did
Um,
I not realize that they were more of a thing?
I don't know, because they really weren't a thing until more recently. I
Really?
mean, they were, but I mean, they're like more out there now, more prominent now.
I just know that I am a huge fan. And if I could listen, but that's the thing though, is because you and I, people in the podverse, the pod universe, Jen and I have talked a couple of times about solidifying a genre, right? Like, because we're kind of all over the place. I don't know if you can tell, but we're all over the place because we like reading different things. And so there's been a couple of times where we're like, okay, well, should we choose a genre and stick with it? Would that kind of be better for everyone? Because if you don't like romance at all, and here we are reading a really cool horror book, and then all of a sudden you have 6 episodes of like romance, you'd probably be like, okay, well, this is lame. I don't want to. I don't want to listen to this anymore. Which we're not. I don't. I'm not saying like, do it for the listens, but I'm just saying like, we want people to like listening to us, and we don't want you to suffer through a bunch of genres or whatever that you don't like. But we love reading genre, like different genres, so we can't just pick one and stick with it.
Yeah, and on top of that, I feel like it would become monotonous just reading the same types of books all the time.
No,
It's like,
I could read a Gothicana adjacent every day for the rest of my life.
trust me, I've got plenty of Gothicana-esque type books in my Kindle, but at the same time, it's just like, yeah, bro, I can't stop downloading.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Uh, it's like it's an addiction. Like I just need all the
I'm a dick. I'm addicted to you.
heartbreaker. Anyways, but it's just like I get bored after a little while, so I have to like throw like a sci-fi or like a horror in there every so often. But don't get me wrong, I love romance books. Gothic romance at that. Who doesn't love a broody man?
I love them too much, which
Yeah.
frickin' shows. I also loved the quote, "Stupid humans, what a waste of her time."
You just love how she
I'm
calls
sorry.
out humans for being
I
so
just what a
stupid.
waste of her time.
Oh, goodness.
Um, that's enough. I'll stop reading quotes because I could read the whole book. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to read the whole book and have you people not notice.
But then Nenia doesn't benefit from that.
Ah, that's true. And I want her to
Yeah.
benefit from it.
Yes, we do.
Fine.
I just burst in another bubble of yours.
Did you see Bursted? You're the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I'm sick. Leave me alone. I can't think straight.
I'm a dick. I'm addicted to you.
Oh,
Ah, this was a
well,
fun episode.
it was.
Nenia, if you're listening, I wouldn't blame you if you're not, but if you are, I hope you enjoyed listening to us and also everyone else.
Well, listening to Rachel is more like it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yo, no, too often I'm like, I should just not talk this episode and kind of even the scales.
No, because there's times where I get like stupid excited and I just can't shut up. Just like,
Not as often,
oh,
I think.
well, that's because there's not as many nerdy books, so I can't go on my nerdy tangents. But I
Oh,
was
I'm
able to a little
sorry.
bit here with this one, so I was so happy. My little cumulus clouds and all that.
Yeah, that was cool. We didn't even talk about the grasshoppers. Listen, we can't talk about everything or else no one's going to want to read it. They should want to read it because it's fantastic.
Trust me, there was a few things that I wanted to bring up, and I was like, oh fuck, I forgot about that.
It's the 45-hour podcast.
Well, it's like even for like a short book, there was so much to unpack. And it's great that she was able to pack it in just so neatly into a book that's short.
Yeah. I am going to read the rest of them. Are you going to read the rest of them, you think?
I pretty sure I will because I need to know what the fuck happens with that cliffhanger.
I
Nenia,
know.
fucking
Nenia.
dude, you don't even understand. I was like, fucking Nenia.
And you know what's funny too is I was getting to the end and I was like, I don't know that she could wrap anything up this quickly.
Yeah, I was getting down to the nitty gritty. I was like, nope, it's gonna be a cliffhanger. And I'm flipping and I'm like, son of a fucking bitch. God damn it. I was so heated.
I can't wait until you read her other books.
Well, if I get through the next 2 books quickly, then I'll be able to read something else.
Like the next 2 podcast books?
Yeah.
Perhaps. Probably not, but perhaps.
I already started on courting the consequences. I'm on
What?
chapter 2. Yeah. Yeah. You heard me. I'm on the second chapter of the next week's book.
I'm actually really surprised and kind of proud of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I read it on Sunday.
You nerd.
What? You said I only read on Sunday, so I only read it on Sundays.
I mean,
It's
if the shoe fits, darling.
whatever. It's a little big, but I can make
That's
do.
what she said. What?
I said I can make do.
Anywho,
Anyways, let's get some information on Nenia.
this book, Black Beast, is #1 in the Shadow Theme series, which again I will be finishing. And it was written by Nenia Campbell. She also has a crap ton of other books, guys. Like so many books. A lot of her books are available on KU. Some of them are available just on Amazon, but they're like $1. Nenia writes dark romance and reads bodice rippers, again with men like Fabio and or Colonel Sanders on the cover. Her Instagram and Threads is at always be booked, ALWAYS BEEBOOKED. And then hold on, please hold, universe, because I don't know what she is on TikTok. Probably the same, but I don't entirely know. It's at Nenia Campbell. So I bet you I could have just, yep, she's right there. Stupid. Feral Goblin Reading Time. Her book, like her book selection that she owns is fantastic. Anyway, yeah, at Nenia Campbell, NeniaCampbell. Jen, we made it through. We made it through the Nenia Campbell episode.
Whew. I thought it was gonna be like a 4-hour episode. Guys.
It almost was.
It almost was, but I was like, you know what? I gotta go to bed. No, I'm just kidding.
I gotta go to bed. You're stupid.
No, I'm just dying over here. So
no. Well, also we're recording on Monday, not Sunday, because I had Mother's Day stuff to do, and I'm not even a mother.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I laid in bed
reading next week's podcast book.
Yep. Literally.
Oh my god. Jen, can you tell the children what we're reading next week?
So next week's book is Courting the Consequences by M.E. Thornwood.
Yay, M.E. Thornwood.
And let me tell you, the first chapter, oh shit.
Really?
Right off the bat.
Really?
Right off the bat. Oh yeah. Just like hit you with a pow. Yeah. I'm gonna enjoy this book.
I don't even know what it's about. I haven't even downloaded it yet.
So all I'm going to tell you is a daughter takes over her father's law firm. Okay. That's all you get.
It sounds boring.
Oh, it's not.
I'm just kidding, author. It sounds lovely.
It's a steamy.
If you added like I don't know, murder, it could be a Nenia Campbell book.
Well, how about two broody men?
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I mean,
Nope. Just just let it sit.
just let it marinate.
Yep. Just let it sit there.
Uh, all right, everyone. Well, thank you so much again for listening to the Devilish Bookworms podcast. And I hope you love us and I hope you were so entertained. Um, and, if you want to throw us a like, throw us a subscribe, maybe toss us I don't know, something fun, you know, hit that follow. I don't know.
Do all the things, people. Do
Just
all of
do
them.
something. Just kidding.
Uh,
It
oh
cracked me
well.
up.
You crack me up.
I crack me up. Anywho's, everyone, thank you so much. And we will see you next Tuesday.
Haha, cunt. I'm gonna do it every time. I can't not do it.
Every
Uh,
time.
well. Have fun, peoples.
Bye.
Bye.